So boys, it's Dan, welcome back to the first video of 2021. I want to say, first of all, Happy New Year to every, Happy New Year to all. And this is game week 17 or 16. Yeah, so let's, without any further ado, Jack is back. I don't know, welcome back.
Right, so hello everyone. I'm very glad to be back on Dan's channel. Of course, with the Premier League predictions again for this upcoming weekend. Yeah, just big thanks to Dan for inviting me back on the channel. Great to be back on. Obviously, I was on this a few weeks ago, so it's really good to be back on. We're going to go through the predictions for this weekend's games. Obviously, there is games on Friday and Monday as well. And yeah, just hopefully all these games will go ahead. Obviously, the COVID at the minute is a big problem. This new strain of COVID, games are being called off. So hopefully, we'll not see this break that's been said about it's going to happen in football. Hopefully that'll not happen. We want the football to continue. It's a big break. It's something we need in this time of COVID, in these tough times. So hopefully it'll continue. But obviously at the minute it's not looking great for a number of reasons due to this COVID. So hopefully the games will stay. But anyway, we'll get into the predictions. Big thanks to Dan for getting me back on.
How are you doing this? I'm just getting back into it again now. Mate, you'll just press that like button. And you're going to also his thing, I'll try and get his thing. Mate, that's what I'm doing. You to do. Let's get straight into these Premier League predictions. Right, the first game is Everton versus West Ham United. Now, Everton unfortunately didn't play against Man City due to Man City having training camp COVID test issues. And West Ham did play, but they drew to Aston Villa. Southampton. This game could be a goal fest. I'm going to go with 2-2 draw. And Betty King, Jack, what do you think, man?
Well, we'll get into our first game then. So we have first game of the weekend is going to be Everton West Ham. Obviously, there's two games on Friday night. First game's Everton West Ham. Now, Everton, like great start to the season, bit of an in-between patch, but now they're coming back into form again. I think Everton are going to win this. West Ham had a decent season as well. I feel like Everton will nick this one though. Yeah, as I say, they're coming back into form again. I think they were. I know we're second in the league now, obviously as a United fan, but I think Everton were second in the league before we overtook them. Obviously, we still do have that game in hand. I think though for this game, I'll go with 2-1 Everton. I think West Ham will give them a good game, as they'll give most teams in the league a good game this season, because they are a good side this year. And as I say, they are having a decent season. But I think for this game, 2-1 Everton is my prediction.
Thank you for taking now. The big now in that game is Manchester United versus Aston Villa. Now, Manchester United, second at New Year. If you would have told me, back at the start of the season, we'll be second at New Year and only 3 points by Liverpool, I would have said no way. I've literally gone on a bit too big in the bin there, but if you're second in New Year's win the player fire, I don't know what's happened to this football club, but Ole's getting himself up. Now, Aston Villa. I want to do with this. This could be an absolute belt of a game. I'm going to go with a 2-1 win to Manchester United. And Pretty King, what do you think, mate?
Okay, for the next game then, the other one on the Friday night then, obviously New Year's Day. Happy New Year to everyone if you're watching this, by the way, now. But yeah, it's United Aston Villa. So Man United Aston Villa. So obviously as a United fan myself, we're second in the league at the minute with Liverpool dropping points. At the time of recording this, Liverpool dropped points against Newcastle last night. So hoping that'll continue to keep dropping points. And at the minute we're 3 points off them with the game in hand. But back to the prediction for this game, I think we will win. I think it'll not be easy. We've seen Villa, they've recently took points off a few big teams. Of course, they drew with Chelsea. Back again there a few days ago. They are a decent team. They're having a very good season. Was saying that they were in a relegation battle last year. They're comfortably going to stay up this year. Even going to push for a top 10 place, I think. But I think in this game we'll just about have enough for them. I think it'll be a tight one. I think maybe a two. I don't want to go for 2-1 every game, but I think it is a very common prediction 2-1, isn't it? You're kind of staying on the fence. You think that the team is going to score goals, but also concede goals. I do think we'll win, as I said. I think I'll go with a 2-1 United on this one. Could be 3-1. Depends, of course, on the way we play. But yeah, I think 2-1 United for this one over Aston Villa.
You think you came to it now? No, Spurs. Next game is Spurs against Leeds. Now, Josh. I know you're supposed to be watching this, but I'm not sure Spurs will get a result out of this game. The way Leeds are playing, the way Spurs are playing, I'm gonna go 1-1 draw. Sorry, Josh. Don't be annoying with this, but
and then moving into Saturday's games, then we have the first game is going to be Tottenham Leeds. So Tottenham Leeds for the first game on Saturday. Tottenham Leeds. It's going to be an interesting game. Going to be a very good game, by the way, of course, as well. We know that the way Leeds play. Obviously, they scored 5 the other night. Just a brilliant team to watch. I think this will be a tight game though. But it'll force Spurs to play a bit more open. Obviously, Jose will have to go with you know, when you're playing against Leeds, they force you to play a certain way. I feel like it'll be a high scoring game, as Leeds tend to be. Usually, Leeds are involved in high scoring games. I think with this one, I'll go with a 3-2. Should I go with Leeds? Should it be big and go with Leeds? No, do you know what? I'm going to go with 2-2. I'm going to go 2-2. 2-2 between Tottenham and Leeds. That is my prediction for this one.
Thank you for taking now. We move to Crystal Palace versus Sheffield United. Now, Sheffield have had the worst ever start to a season in any league in the English Premier right now. And Crystal Palace, this game will be a 2-0 win to Crystal Palace. Now, Footy King, what do you think?
Alright then, moving into the 3 o'clock kickoffs on the Saturday then with Crystal Palace against Sheffield United. So, obviously Sheffield United 2 points at the minute from 16 games. They're really struggling this season. Going to be interesting to see, you know, what they can do. I think when they started the season bad, everyone kind of expected them to kind of bounce back. You know, from their form last season, you expect them to bounce back and maybe not have as good a season as last season, but at least stay up. The minute, they are looking like they're down right at the minute. They have 2 points in 16 games. That's awful, but I can't see them staying up. I really can't. Every game they just seem to lose, or even if they get a draw, it's not good enough. I think for this game, obviously home or away to Crystal Palace, Sheffield United, I will go for, obviously Crystal Palace suffered a few big defeats, 7-0 and 3-0 recently, but then again they did win their last game. Yeah, I think I'll go for a Palace win. If we go for a Palace win, of course that'll come to no surprise. I think I'll go 3-1 Crystal Palace. So 3-1 Crystal Palace for that.
Now we move to Brighton and Hove Albion versus Wolves. Now Wolves, if you've seen my live action, if you haven't seen it, go and see it. Posted on Wednesday. Hate Wolves bought the bus. Hate the technical Wolves not parking the bus. But they're going to have too much for Brighton. I'm going to go with 2-0 win to Wolves. Now, when speaking, what do you think?
Then, so Brighton Wolves for the next game. It's going to be another difficult one to predict, kind of. I mean, Wolves and Brighton, they can beat anyone on their day. They are good footballing sides. But yeah, I think obviously Wolves they're lacking you know that striker at the minute, that target man. They're missing Raul Jimenez, of course. You know, get well soon to him, of course, that head injury he suffered from, but they're missing him at the minute. So I think for this game between Wolves and Brighton, I'll go with another draw. I think I'll go with a 1-1 draw between Brighton and Wolves. Yeah, 1-1 draw for me in that one.
Thank you for 18. Now we move to West Bromwich Albion versus Arsenal. Arsenal, 2 wins out of 2 so far for them. Is this the redemption of Mikel Arteta? This is relegate issues, so what was the table clash here? If you told me Arsenal would have been this person on a blood, I believe you. Leicester. They're really bad this season. So, Arsenal 2, West Brom 1. Arsenal's leaky defence. Always concede goals. You just know it will. Footy King, what do you think, mate?
Off on the Saturday then is West Brom hosting Arsenal. So for this one, I think I'll go with an Arsenal win. I think the way Arsenal have been playing recently, they've obviously they were doing awfully, but then they've bounced back with 2 wins recently, beating obviously Chelsea 3-0 and beating Brighton 1-0 the other night. But it'll be an interesting one. I think they'll just have enough to beat West Brom. West Brom have, you know, they've took points off Liverpool this season. and Chelsea. They've took points off, the top 6. But I think for this game, Arsenal, they're on a wee bit of a run at the minute. 2 games. If they can get that to 3, it's taking the pressure off Arteta, and they're starting to get, string a few wins together. So I do think Arsenal will win this one. And I think for my prediction for this game, it'll be West Brom 1, Arsenal 2. So I think 2-1 to Arsenal in this game.
Now, the game that may be going on, depending on if Fulham's cases drop, is Burnley versus Fulham. As you know, Fulham didn't play against Spurs either because it's in their camp as well. So we wish all Man City's players and Fulham players on a quick speedy recovery and hope to see them back on the pitch soon. Yeah, and Burnley against 0-0 draw. We go with 0-0, but they say going to be a 0-0 draw. And for King, what do you think?
On these games then, we have Burnley-Fulham. So Burnley hosting Fulham then. I think for this one, just going to keep it nice and short. I think for this one, a 1-1 draw on this one for me. I think, 2 teams that, especially Burnley, they don't score a lot of goals, but I feel like they'll be both organised, and I feel a 1-1 draw would be a good prediction for this game.
And now we move. Now my next game is Newcastle United versus Leicester City. Now Newcastle took a point. Against Liverpool last night. After I've forgotten this. Look, we're gonna have too much for Leicester City. Leicester gonna have too much for them. I'm gonna say it'll be a 3-0 win to Leicester City. And predicting what you
Newcastle Leicester then for the next game on Sunday. 2:15 kickoff at James's Park. So Newcastle, obviously, as I say, they took points off Liverpool. At the time of recording this, they took points off Liverpool last night. It's a very defensive display, but obviously it had to be playing against Liverpool, and they did very well to hold out for the draw. Defended really, really, really well. Of course Liverpool got a few chances, but they defended, mostly well. They'll have to do that again against Leicester. Leicester are a good side. They could probably be a wee bit more progressive than they were against Liverpool against Leicester. There's, obviously Leicester are counter-attacking side mainly with Vardy and stuff like that there. So, and especially being the home side, they probably will play a bit on the more on the front foot, but I still think Leicester will get the win on this one. And I'll go with a 3-2 to Leicester. So I'm going for a high-scoring game there. I think there'll be goals in that one. Newcastle, Leicester. 3-2 to Leicester is my prediction on that one.
Now, this game should be going to end again. Is Chelsea versus Man City. And she has had the same problem as Newcastle did early in the season when they shut the training for them where now they've said on is open. So you don't know how many first teams are going to be fit to City or recovered from COVID. So I'm going to say this game will be a 3-2 win to Chelsea. And 30 King, what do you think?
Chelsea Man City. So hopefully this game will be on. Obviously City with the outbreak of COVID recently. Obviously the game the other night was cancelled. Hopefully it'll be on. Chelsea City, it'll be a good game if it is on. Obviously on Sunday. But 4:30 kickoff. For this game, I think I'll go another draw. Chelsea City. Obviously Chelsea are struggling a bit at the minute. They're struggling to get wins. They're drawing and they're dropping points, whether that's losing or drawing. I think a draw on this one. I mean, City are kind of struggling this season as well. They haven't really hit the heights they have in previous seasons. I think for this one, I'll go with a 1-1. 1-1 between Chelsea and Man City.
Thanks, that's really cool. Now we move to the last game of this game week prediction for this weekend. Is Liverpool is Southampton versus Liverpool. Now Liverpool versus Liverpool, and I'm going to say this will be a 3-0 win to Liverpool. And for the final time, Dutty King, what do you think?
And then the last game of this prediction then, we have Southampton-Liverpool. So Monday night's game, Monday Night Football. Southampton-Liverpool. I'd love Liverpool to drop points again. I know Dan's a United fan as well, so I'm sure he's in the same boat. We just want Liverpool to drop points and us to obviously stay in this title race, this mini title race that we're in at the minute. Who knows how long we'll be there for, but at the minute we'll just enjoy it while we're there. But for this game, Southampton-Liverpool, Southampton have been decent this season. I mean, they fell off a wee bit recently, not in terms of performances, but I feel like they just haven't got the results they've maybe deserved or would have hoped for in recent games. They dropped a few points where, you know, they wouldn't have wanted to. They wouldn't have thought they would have it. You know, especially Fulham. They would have thought, you know, they'd have enough to beat them. I think for this one though, I think Southampton Liverpool. I think Liverpool will win, and they'll just about nick it. I'll go with a 1-0 Liverpool. So that rounds up this week's predictions. A big thanks to Dan again for inviting me on his channel. Great to be on, and as I say, hopefully I'll be on again. I'm sure Dan will hopefully invite me back on again at some stage, and you know, because I really enjoy both obviously taking part in these predictions with Dan. It's a really good thing he does on his channel, and even the weeks that I'm not part of it, I always tune in, always watch the whole video, all the predictions. Really good content from Dan. So make sure to subscribe to him. Of course, I do have a FIFA channel as well, so if you want to sub to me, feel free. But yeah, big shout out to Dan. Thanks for letting me on the channel, mate. And yeah, take care. Happy New Year to all your viewers. And yeah, see you next time, guys. I'm sure Dan will pass back to Dan now for his outro.
Yeah, and thank you now. Thank you for everyone for these for the last year, for the subscribers, for the views, everything. 2021, well, this year, after we've got the estimates going up, is gonna be a big year. I've got so much to plan. More reactions, all videos, if you can get back on the pictures, how many predictions, how many reactions, table reviews, all sorts of stuff going back, all sorts of stuff coming onto your channel, mate. Also, going to get everything as well, that's going to be bigger better this year as well. I want to get more videos out there now as well. I'll see you lot. And go stuff that you can link me and I'll see you boys possibly Monday, so go out all, even not before. Have a good happy new year to every single of you. Hope you also put in the comments what are your New Year's resolutions going to be, and I'll see you boys in my next video. Happy New Year and peace.